You mean experiences that I've had, or the deals that are going on there? Deals that are going on. Deals that are going on there. Several deals that are going on in Nigeria at the moment. Like I said, there's a huge investment in telecommunication. There's a huge investment in shopping malls and retails. There's a huge investment in office buildings, mega-stories, and hotel and tourism. As a matter of fact, just recently now, two of the major world hotels, the Hilton Hotel and the Marriott Hotel, have broken grounds in the city of Lagos and the capital of Lagos, which is Ikeja, and they're building 5-star hotels, both in those cities and in Abuja, which is the capital of the country. And of course, this is bringing more, investors into the country, because two of those hotels, of course, are going to be the timeshares, and of course, they're being built in a city that has high demand. One of the major successful shopping malls that you have in Lagos, Nigeria, which is called the ShopRite shopping mall, is being replicated in the capital of Lagos, which is Ikeja. Another bigger size mall is being built, and that's fully occupied. I mean, you're talking about rent per square meter of $125 to $150, and that's the yield that you get on rent. And may I also add that Nigeria is a country where, unlike here, the rents are paid every month. In the country Nigeria, you pay the rents 1 year in advance, which is a very good, attractive investment for whoever owns real estate in that country, because you get your rent 1 year in advance. You can put that money into the stock market or any other vehicle where you can get a return on your investment. There have been several moves to try and change that. But don't forget, Nigeria is it's a country where you don't have the credit facilities. Everything is mostly cash-based. And so you either get a mortgage or you have your own money and you build it without borrowing money from the bank. And so there's a lot of equities in the buildings. So you own an office building, you have a huge equity there because you built it with your own cash. You didn't get a mortgage or you didn't get a loan. And so there's several deals like that because of the opportunities for investments that are happening, in the country. And so, like I said, the service sector, the tourism sector, technology is high, and there's several deals that are happening every day. And like I said, it has a very strong financial section. In 2009, when there was a little problem, in terms of the banking sector, the Reserve Bank came in and shored up the banks and asked the banks to recapitalize themselves. And so you have the strongest banks in the continent, apart from South Africa, is in Nigeria. They have the top 10 banks in the continent are in Nigeria, Ghana, and South Africa. And so that's one of the strongest things that the country has, and that's why it's an attractive country in that continent, because of these economic factors and these indicators.
Like many emerging markets, just like Nigeria, Colombia's going through the same thing. There are a lot of hotels are being built. The government has actually given a very big incentive, 30 years, to basically no tax on the income from hotel operations. That started like 6 years ago, and they did that in order to attract hotel operators and builders. The country was basically closed to foreigners, basically, for like 25 years because of the drug problems and the violence problems. The foreigners didn't want to go there, who weren't Venezuelan or in the immediate surrounding areas. So the government gave this incentive and has stuck by it on hotels. They have what's called grandfather tax clause provisions so that you can pay for an investor. For example, whatever amount of money you invest, whatever your tax treaty is at this moment, for 1% of your investment, you can actually buy a policy that guarantees your tax treatment won't change for the worse. It could change for the better. Won't change for the worse over the life of your investment, or for 20 years, excuse me. So those are very, very positive things to attract foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment has increased like 91% between the first semester of 2010 and 2011. To give you an idea, most of that going into hotels, housing, and office buildings. In Bogota, for example, Sam Zell's company, we talked about this a little earlier before, just invested $75 million in a company called Toronto, which we know very well, and they develop hotels and offices. And they're building a really large office park right outside the airport. What's interesting about Colombia, and I'm sure Nigeria the same, is, and all these markets really, on both panels, is that retail didn't exist the way we know it in the Western world or in the United States. So they're building shopping centers. Brazil's building shopping centers like crazy. India's building shopping centers. Colombia, you actually have Chilean developers, Parque Arauco, going to Colombia to build shopping centers. Carrefour, a Spanish or a French company, is building a shopping center in Colombia. So retail, housing, they're underhoused, same as we've heard, and hotels and office buildings and industrial buildings as well. So really every sector is growing. Not only in Colombia, but really most of Latin America.